Hello again.
Fancy seeing you here.
Oh. So thank you for joining us in what is going to be the last ever pub quiz streams.
Yeah, at least for a while. We might get bored, but we figured now's the time. There's football on. There's
The football's
an
on.
outdoors. You can
Yeah.
actually see people in now.
Yeah.
Now's the time to hang it up for a bit and put it away.
Go out with a bang.
Yeah,
That's
we're
the way that
certainly
I'm
doing
gonna
that tonight. We're going out with a bang. We're
with
going
a
to start in
bang.
about 5 minutes' time. Now is the time to get logged in. If you're not logged in, then do so. You should be able to see 7 tabs for the 7 rounds we've got planned for you tonight. A total of 69 questions because we
Yeah.
are just so witty. Um,
Because we are
you've still got time, 5 minutes, register your team. That'll log you in straight away. Don't worry about that. If you have any problems logging in, of course, you can drop us a tweet. We are at Pub Quiz Streams, or a little bit slower, you can drop us an email. But I'd highly recommend tweet us tonight.
tweet us, and then you
Uh,
also get the joy of seeing our beautiful tweets.
yes, we've already had a couple of glasses of wine each. Yeah, I'd keep an eye on the Twitter tonight.
I keep
We're going to be
that.
posting wrong answers, tidbits from. We've both been Googling a lot of strange shit this
We
week.
have,
And the things we've learned, Twitter's the only place for it.
I think so. So do keep your eye on Instagram as well for Pub Quiz Streams edition of Cock or Bull.
This was not run past me.
Well, you got 5 minutes until we start the quiz. Get yourself ready. We're starting on a real round this week, not a picture round, because picture rounds are lazy.
I heard that.
So get yourself ready, and we'll see you in about 5 minutes' time. and welcome back to us. Thank you everyone for coming tonight. This is indeed the last ever pub quiz streams. We've had a good run, and always best to go out on a high, or in this case, a den of filth, than to drag it on too long. And also, let's be really honest. Football's back now, and it's on a Friday night, so we're not idiots.
Yeah, I've paid for a Sky subscription. I should be making use of that rather than wasting my time on the internet with perverts. Exactly.
But for one last week, we will give all of our beautiful Friday nights to you.
So, Alex, I've got a question for you.
Oh, yeah?
What does your Google search history look like at the minute?
I have not been Googling these on incognito.
No, mate.
No. So I could... Do you know what? I'm just going to click the history button and just pick one that comes out. Just one search. That won't give away an answer. I dare you, Dave, to do the same.
I've got my search history. I've just pulled it up. Yeah, it's good.
Okay.
Historical sex facts.
Yeah, historical sex facts.
Largest penis.
Yeah.
When was the condom invented? Historical slang terms for sex. Yeah, there's some good stuff there. And all on my work laptop.
My favourite one. Rude band names. And how long does it take for a penis to get erect?
You're not going to stopwatch.
I'm just going to be getting targeted Viagra ads for the rest of my life, I think.
Yeah. Well, I tell you what I have been getting ads for fantastically this week. Some fantastic shirts, posters, mugs. Yeah, some absolutely bang on commemorative merchandise. Oh, there's a segue, mate. Oh,
beautiful segue. So yeah, as Dave said, you can now buy beautiful Pub Quiz Streams merch, and I've got to say some of it is actually quite well designed because I designed it. I'm quite happy. My favourite has to be the festival poster with all of the team names on there. I do enjoy that.
Yeah, and if you want to go back to the purists among us who remember the days with the website you had to reload every round, then you can go back all the way to the pub sign, the panicked shopper as it originally was.
You can, and get it on some coasters.
Get it on coasters, you can get it on a shower curtain, you can put on whatever you want, mate.
We won't judge. So, I think it's about time we got on with the quiz. How do you play, Dave?
How do you play, of course? So you need to sign in. If you're not signed in, if you can't see a load of answer boxes, then you really need to do it right now. Either register a team, only takes 5 seconds, or log on, entering your team name, which you can pick out of the list, and your team's secret. If we start without you, too bad. Write them down on a piece of paper. You've got until we've marked the round to get those in. So there's a bit of a margin error. But yeah, fill those 10 in, and at the end of it, click submit. You've got a little bit of time to update them if you want, but get them in nice and early.
It basically couldn't be any simpler than that because, like a well-oiled machine, a well-lubricated mechanism, aren't we?
Oh, yeah. We've spent far too much time on working on this.
I spent far too much time in this office, that's for sure. Well, without further ado, I think it's time that we set the ship sailing, as it were, and we start with round 1.
Yeah. So start us off. Round 1 is, what do we call it? International love. in the words of Mr. Worldwide himself.
The only words.
Or it might be Chris Brown. I don't know. So round 1, question 1 of the last pub quiz for a while. Spreadsheet is an app that records your sexual performance and monitors it. It's like Strava, but for dicks. Well, actually, Strava's full of dicks anyway, so. Which US state spent the shortest amount of time between foreplay and penetration? So, Spreadsheet is an app that records your sexual performance and monitors it. It's like Strava, but for sexy times. Which US state spent the shortest amount of time on average between foreplay and penetration? Now is the point in time where if you've just realised what the theme of the website is, and you've realised the theme of the first question, it's downhill from here.
It really is.
Go and watch the football, go and play Scrabble. What are we doing? Are you doing question 2 or am I doing question 2?
Oh, I'm going to do question 2, aren't I? I forgot about
Go
that.
for
it. Question number 2. Le petit mot is a French term to describe what part of the love-making experience? Before, during, or after orgasm? That's question number 2. Le petit mot is a French term to describe what part of the love-making experience? Before, during, or after orgasm?
Oh, thanks for putting the question numbers, mate. I was just getting stuck. We've got this down.
We have.
Question number 3. According to a 2009 study, who fucks more on average per year? Is it people from Australia or people from New Zealand? So according to a 2009 study, who has more sex on average per year? People from Australia or New Zealand? And do they go down under?
Oh.
Too easy.
Had to go there, didn't you?
Go on.
Oh, dearie me.
The didgeridooing it.
Oh, no, this is worse. But you know what's even worse is the fact that I have to say
Yes.
the next word. Okay, question number 4. Schwangerschaftsverhütungsmittel. I think that's not too bad. Is the German word for what? That's question 4. Schwangerschaftsverhütungsmittel is the German word for what? And that is a very, very long word.
I'll put my German Jesus into use now. It's Schwangerschaftsverhütungsmittel.
It's got the word wang and shaft in it, though, hasn't it? So
It has. I think when you asked me on WhatsApp to test it, I said swingy willy time.
And of course, if you don't have a clue, wrong answers are also gratefully accepted, and we will read out the funniest ones as well.
You know, it'd be great to write down the wrong answers in as we go along.
What?
A Pub Quiz Streams notebook, which you can buy by clicking the purple merch link at the top of the page.
Oh.
QVC, if you're watching, phone me. Where to? Question 5. According to a survey by Durex, what is the least sexually active country in the world? So, according to Durex, what is the least sexually active country in the world? Alex's bedroom does not count as a country.
No, and Dave's bedroom is a micronation. So.
Does that mean I'm head of state?
Well, it depends, doesn't it?
State of head.
Question number 6. In what country would you find the world's biggest condom manufacturer? That's question 6. In what country would you find the world's biggest condom manufacturer?
And to be clear there, we're looking for the country with the manufacturer that produces the most condoms, not the country that produces the world's biggest condom.
No. No, because there's too
Which,
many.
of course, Alex has no need for.
I was going to say, yeah. You can get horse condoms, though.
Can you?
Here's a thing.
I've not had to Google that, mate. Question 7. Around the year 1200, it was common in one country to find cock rings made out of a goat's eye. Sorry, I've not read this question yet. Around the year 1200, it was common in one country to find cock rings made out of the dried skin of a goat's eye, but in which modern country would you have found them? So that's around the year 1200, it was common in one country to find cock rings made out of the dried skin of a goat's eye. But in which modern country would you have found them?
I don't think I want one of them. I really don't think I'd want one of them. Question number 8. Which US state reports the highest number of different sexual partners over their lifetime? As question 8, which US state reports the highest number of different sexual partners over their lifetime?
Have we reused next question?
No.
What we used in the history round?
No,
Did you move it back?
I moved it back.
Okay, fine. You can tell we've practiced this. Question number 9. In what year was oral sex legalized in Canada? So, in what year was oral sex legalized in Canada?
And finally, question number 10. Oh, I need to do a sneeze.
Such a face. You froze up briefly like the end of a bad porn.
Oh, just in time for the final question of this round then. So question number 10. If we did give the Falklands over back to the Argies, would their age of consent decrease or increase? That's question number 10. If we did give the Falklands Island over to Argentina, which of course I don't think we will, would their age of consent decrease or increase? Now, as always, we'll go through those questions one time, just quickly before you submit your answers. So question number 1, the spreadsheet is an app that records your sexual performance and monitors it, like Strava, but for dicks. But which US state spent the shortest amount of time between foreplay and penetration? Question number 2, Le Petit Moi is a...
Fitbit for fannies.
Fitbit for...
Sorry.
This is why I didn't have you on at the beginning.
I know.
Question 2, Le Petit War is a French term to describe what part of the lovemaking experience, before, during, or after orgasm. Question 3, according to a 2009 study, who fucked more on average per year? People from Australia or New Zealand? Question 4, the unpronounceable word Schwangerschaftsverhütungsmittel is the German word for what? Question number 5, according to a survey by Durex, what's the least sexually active country in the world? Question 6, in what country would you find the world's biggest condom manufacturer? Question 7, around the year 1200, it was common to make cock rings out of goat's eyes. But in what modern country would you have found them? Question number 8, which US state reports the highest number of different sexual partners over their lifetime? Question 9, in what year was oral sex legalized in Canada? And finally, question number 10, if we did give the Falklands Islands over to Argentina, would their age of consent decrease or increase? As always, we're going to give you 30 seconds, 1 minute or so to get those answers in and submitted before we start marking. The quicker you do that, the quicker that we can come back with round number 2. So until we've got them marked, see you in a bit. Just 1 minute to get those answers in. Hello again. You're back with me while Dave marks all of those questions. Some very interesting answers that have come in. A couple of them right, a couple of them very, very wrong. So, yeah. Okay, so Dave's thumbs up tells me he is ready to go again.
Yeah. I'll turn it on. Yes, I have. Yep, so on that round, a few of you got 10 out of 10. Did you? I've broken it. Okay. I'll look and see. A few of you got 10 out of 10 anyway. I can check. We got a fantastic answer to the Shrang Schafthungs Humpa Lumpa Dumpa Umpa Lumpa put it in my bum. I'm not sure if that was a answer or a request, much in the same way that someone sent in. We've been in the top 10 for every quiz, and we're still not on the poster. That was from Quentin Quarantino. It's not too late to make a second poster, is it? We'll do anything to flog a few bits of merch.
Who was that?
That was Quentin Quarantino.
Quentin Quarantino. Ah, interesting. I thought they were on the poster.
Well, I didn't buy one. I'm not an idiot.
Well, no, I didn't.
I am going to buy one, but it's just not right.
Well, we might fix that. Who knows? Right, let's get on with round 2 then. Without further ado, and Dave, this is your baby, isn't it?
Oh, this is yeah. I had a lot of fun doing this one. You might remember we did an animal sex question last week in a normalish quiz. It was about the length of time that snails take to mate. It sent me down a Wikipedia rabbit hole, and put it this way, I've been Googling things that have put me on a list. I'm probably banned from the Safari Park now.
You are. So I think it's only right, Dave, that you kick off round 2, which is, of course, you and me, baby, ain't nothing but mammals.
Let's do it like they do on the Discovery Channel.
Although I must stress, there are some insects and non-mammals in here as well.
Yes, no, it's just romance in the animal kingdom, we could call it. Right. So to start us off, round 2, question 1. What would a horny hippo do to impress a lady hippo who he really wants to bang? So put yourself in a hippo's shoes. They don't wear shoes. If you were a man hippo and you really fancied a lady hippo, what is it in your nature to do to really impress her? So what would a horny hippo do to impress a lady hippo that he really wants to bang?
Very simple. You put on a very brightly coloured shirt, start up a pub quiz streaming service, and then I don't know. It hasn't really worked, has it? Like
it's worked for you, mate, because we ran the numbers for it. Something we're doing at the end of the quiz, and your girlfriend has actually played every quiz we've done. She does live with you. She doesn't got a fucking choice.
Yeah, she can either play the quiz or she could watch me doing it. So
she can hear it from another room.
Yeah. Oh, right. Question number 2. What makeup product would you often spot on the undercarriage of a horny little dog? That's question 2. What makeup product would you often spot on the undercarriage of a horny little dog? And this is where Dave realises he only wrote 9 questions in. I had to very quickly write a 10th.
Yeah. So that'd be 9 questions that make sense, and this one, I can see the answer and it doesn't make much sense. But, I'm not big on makeup. As always, if you want to follow along with the questions, there's a link at the top of the page. Seamless plug to your score. You can go on there. You can see the answer you sent in. You can see the answer that was correct. You can see what percentage of teams got that right. Hopefully, it's some 69% because that's hilarious. And also, you can thumb us up. You can stick your thumb up us.
What more do you want on a Friday night, eh?
Yeah. Football. This is my one. You've given me the one with the Latin spelling. Thanks. The animal known to scientists as Latrodectus hasseltii. So that's Latrodectus hasseltii. It's 2 eyes, isn't it? It's pretty kinky. The female of the species will begin to eat the male before he even gets to a happy ending. What kind of animal are these kinky perverts? So the animal known to scientists as Latrodectus hasseltii is a kinky little beast. The female of the species will begin to eat the male before he even finishes the job. What kind of animal are these kinky little perverts?
Question number 4. Which is longer, an elephant penis or the reproductive tract of the lady elephant, commonly known as the elephany? Thanks, Dave.
I wrote that at 10 in the morning yesterday.
Question number 4. Which is longer, an elephant penis or the reproductive tract of a lady elephant? Also, I'm not drinking a pint of water. I'm drinking a pint of gin and tonic. I just thought I'd probably point that out. I'll put a lemon in it.
Fruit doesn't have the case, mate. On to the topic of animal orgasms. For question 5, Which animals, when mating in heat, have the most orgasms? This is in one sort of session.
Mm-hmm.
Is it lions, rats, or spiders? So which animals, when they're mating in heat, have the most orgasms? Is it lions, rats, or spiders?
Well, it ain't me, Dave.
No, I think one's the job there, mate.
No, if it gets too hot, I'm done. You know what I mean? I can barely function in cold climates, let alone...
That's not what in heat means, mate. I was doing the research, and I think they can often do it up to 50 times.
Wow.
Which seems excessive, let's be honest.
Yeah.
They're going to need to change the sheets after that.
Question number 6. On the topic of extraordinary animal orgasms... Jesus, Dave. Oh, can you hear the ice cream man?
Yes. You get the window open. If there's a killer kids outside your window, you're going to get arrested very soon.
Question number 6. On the topic of extraordinary animal orgasms, which farmyard animal has the longest orgasm? On average, they can last for around half an hour, but can sometimes manage a full 90 minutes. So that's question 6. Which farmyard animal has the longest orgasm? On average, about an hour. Do they also get 2 water breaks as well as half time if they go for 90 minutes?
Yeah, and they could sub 5 teams, 5 more on. Fun fact: my mother and father are playing tonight. I've just checked Leaderboard. They got 3 out of 10. That's almost reassuring. In the 1960s, this is question number 7, sorry. In the 1960s, in an attempt to teach animals to talk, scientists gave one lucky animal, called Peter, a shitload of drugs and jerked it off. What kind of animal was Peter? I've got a mate, this is his specialist subject, he absolutely loves Peter. So did Margaret, who really loved Peter. So in the 1960s, in an attempt to teach animals to talk, scientists gave one animal. Scientists gave one lucky animal called Peter a shitload of drugs and choked him off. So, what kind of animal did they give a load of drugs to and a little hand job?
I didn't read that Beatrix Potter book, mate.
It's just one hand job. I've read the Wikipedia page for this. It goes on and it's just. There's a BBC documentary. If you've seen it, you'll know what the answer is.
No, I don't want to.
I'll send you a link, mate, afterwards. We might tweet it.
Oh, God. Question number 8. True or false? Gorilla penis. I'm saying it as it's written. You probably should say a gorilla's penis. But no, I'll go for it. True or false? Gorilla penis are on average only 1.5 inches long. True or false? That's true or false. Gorilla penises are on average only 1.5 inches long. True or false? On average, that'd make it 1.5 inches bigger than yours, Dave.
All right. Don't point that out. The whole internet doesn't need to know. Only those I've met on Tinder. We've got 2 more true or false to round out the second one. Question 9. True or false? During the kangaroo mating season, the male has to beat the female into submission if he wants to mate. If the male is too timid, the female proceeds to beat up the male. So, true or false? During the kangaroo mating season, the male has to beat the female into submission if he wants to, do the business. If he's too timid, she'll beat him up instead.
Balance in the force.
Yeah, a bit of feminism in the animal kingdom. You don't get that.
No. And finally, question number 10. When bald eagles mate, they fly up several thousand feet in the air, lock talons, and have sex while free falling. True or false? That's question number 10.
Place in the background.
Yeah, I was going to say. That's all I can hear. True or false? When bald eagles mate, they fly up several thousand feet in the air, lock talons, and have sex while free falling. True or false? Unfortunately for me, I'm now going to run through those questions again.
You do if you want.
Go on then.
All right. That's fun sort of drink. Okay, question one. What would a horny hippo do to impress a lady hippo he really wants to bang? Question number two. What makeup product would you often spot on the undercarriage of a horny little dog? Question number three. The animal known to scientists as Latrodectus hasseltii is pretty kinky. The female of the species will begin to eat the male before he even gets to a happy ending. What kind of animal are Latrodectus hasseltii? Question number four. What is longer, an elephant penis or an lady elephant reproductive tract known as the elephany? Question number five. Which animals mating in heat which animals when mating in heat have the most orgasms? Is it lions, rats, or spiders? Question six. On the topic of extraordinary orgasms, which farmyard animal has the longest orgasm, on average lasting half an hour, but sometimes up to the full 90? Number seven. In the 60s, in an attempt to teach animals to talk, scientists gave one lucky animal called Peter a shitload of drugs and jerked it off. What animal was Peter? It's my favourite question. Question number 8. True or false, gorilla penises are on average only 1.5 inches long? Question number 9. During the kangaroo mating season, the male will beat up the female to get her to do the job. If he fails to, she'll beat him up instead. Question number 10. When bald eagles mate, they fly up to several thousand feet in the air, lock talons, and have sex while free falling towards the earth like fucking badasses. True or false? So we're going to give you another 5 minutes or so to get those in. We're going to mark through those, write those down, the fantastically wrong answers. I can't wait to see the seduction techniques of a hippo that you all suggested.
I know, and there's some bad ones. That's just mine. Right, another 5 minutes, 10 minutes for us to mark then. Get them in as quickly as you can, and the quicker we can come back with round 3. My favourite. And we're back. Dave?
What? Are we on?
Yeah, we're on.
Sorry, I clicked nothing. I absolutely missed everything.
Some amusing answers in that last round, weren't there?
Yeah, I'm going through and locking the rounds, so we're not giving as much time to go back and edit answers as we used to, because we want to go through and give out some of the wrong answers here, and not give anyone a fair advantage. I want to give a shout out to Sadomasochism, who a while ago we announced on Twitter that we were finally supporting emojis and answers, and they have made absolute full use of it.
They really have.
What would a horny hippo do to impress a lady hippo? Ballet, aubergine emoji, banana emoji, corn emoji, cucumber emoji, and a carrot emoji. Fantastic effort, chaps.
Is that just everything that looks a little bit like a penis?
Yeah, basically. Also in that question we got a few fantastic answers. My other favourite was just say the phrase moto laggy.
Oh. Also, Dave, apparently there was some disagreement in the marking over a spiders question in round 2.
Yeah. Tweet us. We'll sort it out. We do pick these things up.
Maybe I broke it. Was that you? Oh, hold on.
I can just see a tweet that says you're good people. Thanks.
Oh, thank you. Right, let's get on with round 3, because why not? This round, again, it's a returning favourite from the last Dirty quiz. But obviously we have jizzed it up a little bit. So then this next round is called... What's it called, Dave?
I literally can't remember. Alex has spent his whole week looking at Pornhub for the stats.
I've not looked at any videos. I've only looked at the insights. It's a separate website.
No, it's not. It's .pornhub.com. I know, because I tried to access it on my work VPN and it got blocked.
Okay, well, the next round is very, very simple, actually. We're going to go through some of the facts that come out of Pornhub, and we want you to give us the answer. Simple as that. So question number 1. On average, how much has global porn viewership increased compared to the pre-lockdown period? That's question 1. On average, how much has global porn viewership increased compared to the pre-lockdown period? Question number 2. Which UK country has the highest daily spike in porn viewership, reporting a 55.3% increase in normal traffic on the 25th of March? That's question number 2. Which UK country had the highest daily spike in porn viewership, reporting a 55.3% increase in normal traffic on the 25th of March? That's a big increase, isn't it?
It is. Did you have some spare time? To COVID-19, I got your tweet. Yeah, pigs are hogs. We'll give you the point. Go on. And also the thing that misspelled Malaysia. We're very disappointed in your spelling, obviously, but you can have a point.
Yeah, we're feeling generous today.
Yeah, well, best bear in mind that we're both. Well, I'm a bottle of wine already.
Gin.
We're marking as quick as we can, not as well as we can. We do try and keep an eye on it. So if you do tweet us, and I've got the tools. Obviously, I can fix things. Question number 3. Is that what we're up to?
Yeah.
To the nearest million. Well, that's broad margin error. To the nearest million, how many searches containing the word corona were input on corona? Sorry. Wine. To the nearest million, how many searches containing corona were input on Pornhub between the 20th of Feb and the 17th of June? So in about 3 months, how many people searched for corona on Pornhub? Did you search for that, Lighty?
No.
Did you search for it after you read this stat on Pornhub to find out what they were looking for?
I didn't. I'm saving that for the weekend.
Hey Siri, remind me in about half an hour.
Question number 4. Which model who featured in the Netflix series The Last Dance saw her Pornhub searches jump from 1k a day to over 500,000 a day after the series was released? As question 4, which model who featured in the Netflix series The Last Dance saw her Pornhub searches jump from 1,000 a day to over 5,000 a day after the series was released?
I've not seen The Last Dance, but it's about basketball, and I know that my sister's boyfriend watches that. So Fiona, if you could text me, has Jack Googled that on the internet as well?
Do you know what? I wonder if there's been a similar spike with us. Could we put an FOI request into Pornhub? See how many people have searched for our names since we started streaming and become camgirls.
It's a fun fact about Pornhub, which is not a question. People that work for Pornhub have to deal with obviously incredibly huge websites, and I envy them a little bit, not because of the content. But when they have on their CVs, they work for MindGeek Limited. So if anyone from MindGeek is looking and they said, God, this is a fantastically good clone of our website, my email address is in there somewhere, get in touch. Question number 5. We all know that from the last quiz, Birmingham proved themselves to be the horniest city on the list.
Yeah.
With the biggest spike in porn searches after lockdown started. But who followed in a close second? So we want to know who was second in terms of the cities in the UK that are using their time in lockdown to use Pornhub services.
And question number 6. In 2019, which country from the top 20 Pornhub visiting countries, that's a list you want to be on, isn't it, has the highest percentage of over 65s dialing their modems in for a quick fix of titties? That's question number 6. Which country from the top 20 Pornhub visiting countries has the highest percentage of over 65s dialing in their modems for a quick fix? And this is
the idea of having to wait for dial-up to connect. Based on my experience of using dial-up internet for RuneScape, just the idea of having to shout, "Mom, don't answer the phone!" halfway through. A couple of tweets we got in from people complaining about spiders and spider not being marked correctly. We fixed that as well. What are we up to? Number 8. This year's Super Bowl saw a rough 20% drop in America's Pornhub searches during match time. Who won the Super Bowl 54? So we want to know, this year's Super Bowl, 20% of Pornhub's usual traffic dropped off. But who won Super Bowl number 54?
And look at that. A real pub quiz question was hidden within this den of filth.
Oh no, well done then. To people who really want a sports question, we've snuck one in through Pornhub.
Oh, Dave.
What?
You read the wrong question out.
What? Oh no, you're right. That was question number 8. So if anyone's got a, it's because you've got we're using Google Sheets and you've got your pink box in the wrong place. So that was question number 8. I'll go back one. Question number. Where are we up to?
7.
Have we done question number 6? Oh yeah, that was the modem one. Sorry.
Yeah.
So question number 6, just to be clear, was the country with the highest percentage of over 65s dialing in. Question number 7, who is the highest searched male video games character on Pornhub? So which male video games character are people searching for the most on Pornhub? That's number 7. And then the Super Bowl winner from Super Bowl 54 last year, that's question number 8.
Yes.
It's like a real pub quiz where the pub quiz guy fucks it up.
I know. Because we don't do that enough already. Question number 9. During the UK general election in December, UK porn traffic remained on the lower side. But at which time did it start to rise up like a mighty phoenix? That's question number 9. During the UK election in December, UK porn traffic remained on the lower side. But at which time did it start to rise? And finally,
I was out on a night out. I was in strip club.
Can't remember where I was. I was in my living room watching the elections like a good, honourable member of society. And finally, question number 10. And compared to normal, this is again about the election, compared to normal, who was watching more stimulating material when the results came in? Men or women? So question 10 is, during the UK general election, compared to the averages, who was watching more stimulating material when the results came in? Men or women?
I bet Dominic was Cummings.
Had to get it in there, didn't you? Alright, we're going to run through those questions one more time before we go and mark them, as always. So question number 1 is, on average, how much has global porn viewership increased compared to the pre-lockdown period? Question number 2, which UK country has the highest daily spike in porn viewership, reporting a 55.3% increase in normal traffic on the 25th of March? Question number 3, to the nearest million. How many searches containing corona were inputted on Pornhub between the 20th of Feb and the 17th of June? Question 4, which model, who featured in the Netflix series The Last Dance, saw her Pornhub searches jump from 1k a day to 500,000 a day after the series was released? Question number 5, who is the second horniest city, seeing the biggest spike in porn searches in the UK? Question number 6, in 2019, which country from the top 20 Pornhub visiting countries had the highest percentage of over 65s watching Pornhub? Question 7 was, who is the highest searched male video games character on Pornhub? Question number 8, this year's Super Bowl saw a 20% drop, but who won Super Bowl 54? Question number 9, during the UK general election, what time did the Pornhub searches start to rise again after being low all day? And question 10 was, on average, who was watching more when the results came in, women or men? So, could be anyone's round, that one.
Yeah, it's a mixed bag, all filled, of course. The next round, of course, is something we've really been, I don't want to say proud of. It's not great.
I don't know, it isn't great, but it is the picture quiz. So we're going to go off. We're going to go off for about 5 minutes to mark the questions, and then we will come back and tell you when you can refresh your pages to see this week's picture quiz.
Oh, it's already live. Sorry, I've turned it on.
Oh, it's already on.
It's already on. So
look at that. So hold on, wait there.
Handing glove, mate. Handing glove. Fist in, never mind.
And we're back, and this week's picture quiz is now live. So while we're marking round 3, do take a look at the picture quiz. Do feel free as well to pick your favourite and tweet it at us. And no, we are not offering mind bleach or any refunds on anything. Like, you know, we're not paying for counselling after you have to see the blue one.
These are special is a good word. Special is a great word. If you're playing in the team and you're spread out and one of you's on face chapter, what's time, whatever.
What's time? Tactic.
Any of these things, what the kids use these days. Pass around the team secret. Get everyone to log into the website. We've left them up there in full res glory. They are absolutely sensational. Make sure everyone can see this. It doesn't matter who logs. You can all log in at once. It's not going to break the website, probably.
The thing is, it's not my best work, but it's my worst, but in a very specific way. So do enjoy it.
What Lightyear's done here is he has firstly sent me some facial expressions to copy. And then he's taken them and he's photoshopped us into some movie scenes, and based on the quiz stuff.
Or TV as well.
Or TV, or one of them isn't either.
Visual media.
But what we're looking for here is the name of the TV show or the movie that we photoshopped ourselves into. So, not the episode, just the name of the movie, the TV series.
Yeah.
Get that in. We'll give you 10-15 minutes to have a look through these. Regain your composure. Recover. Maybe go through therapy in those 15 minutes.
Yeah.
And then get back to us. We'll mark all of round 3 in the meantime.
We will. So we will see you about 10-15 minutes Enjoy the pictures. And we are back ever so prematurely. Dave, what do the people need to know?
I love a premature something. Yeah, there's a bit of a confusion. If you can't see the pictures and you're playing on any of the following websites, you need to go back to the main website. So if you're playing on xxx.socialism.com, sexy, naughty, filthy, porn, sex, cock, vagina, willy, or boob. That's the. We created that as a joke for last time. The pictures aren't there, I'm afraid. Sorry, we didn't think about that website or any of those websites at the time we deployed this earlier. If you just take out that little subdomain and you go to just www. or sociallydistant.pub, you might need to log in again, I'm afraid, but everything will pick up from where it was and you'll be able to see those pictures. So that's sociallydistant.pub or www.sociallydistance.pub.
Don't worry, it's at the bottom of your screen on all the streams. So just go to that one and it will all be fine. Again, we'll give you 10 minutes to do that. See you in a bit.
Of course, if you've got any problems, do tweet us, tweet me, tweet Lighty. We're here. We're drinking, but we're here.
We will. And remember, do send us a picture of your favourite one as well. And just in case any of you do zoom in, number 9 has some exquisite detail if you can find it. And remember, if you are interested, you can buy some merch. Just click that little purple button that says merch at the top of the screen, and yeah, there's some merch. And it's customizable as well, so you can change the colours and everything. Oh, we're back.
Oh shit, we are.
Oh, I really enjoy that picture round.
I showed some of these to my girlfriend. She absolutely hated them.
Yeah, as I was making them, I showed some of them to Hannah, and she just went ooh, and then.
Do you know the rules of the internet, Mighty? Do you know that one of the rules of the internet is that once you put something on there, there's no taking it back? I'm really glad they're badly enough photoshopped that it's obvious they're photoshopped, otherwise it looks like I'm being felt up by a girl in a taxi.
I don't know, the one, the Angelina Jolie one is quite convincing, I think. And,
you're on about number 3, 4, 5.
Yeah, there's one of me as paint me like one of your French girls, which is going to haunt me. But here you go. That's just.
I look really pleased and also asleep.
Just that's sex, isn't it? Right, we're going to crack on with round 5 because we've got a bumper 69 questions to get through tonight.
Yeah, and only one of them is a picture round. How unlazy is that?
I know. So round number 5 is called. So the thing is, we never actually write down on the script what it's called.
No.
But this one's a cracker. Round number 5 is My Neck, My Back, My Music Round is Back.
Yeah. Yes, yeah.
Oh, I tell you.
Filth.
This is why this
Do you want a quick check-in? That's the halfway point of it. Should we have a quick check-in on the leaderboard first?
Ooh, go on. What's it saying?
So we know that there's a hot contest between It's Not a Drinking Problem, It's Social Distancing and Deportivo the Coronavirus. I can tell you there's only 3 points between them.
Ooh.
33 points, and joint first are Quiz Akabusi and Deportivo. Second place and 3 points off the lead. It's Not a Drinking Problem, It's Social Distancing. It's Craig, Maria, Pete and Lavanya. You need to work on your research for these quizzes a little more, mate. Quizzy Rascals 28 with Quarantina and the Waves. COVID-19 26. Quiz Tarrant, Liz Pascoe, Chris Parker, you're on 26 as well. The Unbazonkers, Hanno, Lauren, Dan, Mike, you're on 24. 22, so a full 11 points off the lead are Florence and the Ventilator Machine. It's a fantastic team name. Moira, Amy and Robin. And Quarantine, Amanda, Lucinda, Richie and Tom.
So a good top
still
10.
Another,
a good top 10.
Still another 30 points to play. So, I think, anybody that's playing can still win it. But it will take quite a slip up.
Especially now we're getting on to My Neck, My Back, because my music round is back.
My obscure niche music round.
This one's even more niche than the others because I had to try and make it dirty. And of course I don't listen to dirty music. Yeah. So question number 1. Everyone knows the Bloodhound Gang classic, The Bad Touch, is about shagging and shit like that. But what was the name of the album that it was taken from? As question 1, everyone knows the Bloodhound Gang classic, The Bad Touch, was about shagging and shit. But what was the name of the album that it was taken from? And trust me, it's probably as immature as you think it is.
I'll try and throw any copyright strikes on YouTube. It's not working. It's gone terribly wrong.
Right, question number... Turn it off.
There it is. Question number 2. Which rapper's penis apparently melts in the mouth, not in the hands?
That's question 2. Which rapper's penis melts in the mouth, not in the hands? Don't know if that's a scientific melting either. Question number 3. Complete the lyrics. I knew a girl named Nikki. I guess you could say she was a sex fiend. I met her in a hotel lobby, masturbating with a blank. That's question number 3. I knew a girl named Nikki. I guess you could say she was a sex fiend. I met her in a hotel lobby, masturbating with a blank. Complete the blank.
I've never heard this song in my life.
Have you not? It's
Maybe if you sang it a bit more to the tune, mate.
I can't sing like Prince.
No, okay, fine. Question number 4.
Sex fiend.
We were listening to this before to get ourselves in the mood. We were listening to a playlist of music straight out of strip clubs. Question number 4. Send the chills up and down your spine, juice flowing down your thigh. Are the lyrics from which equine-based song? Send chills up and down your spine, juice flowing... Send chills up and down your spine, juice flowing down your thigh. These are the lyrics from which equine-based song?
Question number 5. Which band had hits with You Live on a Houseboat and having to make up song titles sucks? That's question 5. Which band had hits with You Live on a Houseboat and having to make up song titles sucks?
I've never heard of this band in my life, probably because of the name of it. But all I'm going to give people as a hint is that they would make a fantastic accompanying band to Mr. Bruce Springsteen himself. You could have Bruce Springsteen and this band name, and it would be fantastic.
You could.
Question number 6. The best love comes slow and long, knows how to stay down on you all night till the crack of dawn. Are the clean version lyrics from which song? So the best love comes so slow and long, knows how to stay down on you all night till the crack of dawn. Are the clean version lyrics from which song?
I told you, this is a well-researched pub quiz round.
Yeah, look, if you're getting absolutely nothing on this round, I would too.
Right. Question number 7. Another lyric to finish. I want to fuck you like an animal. I want to feel you from the blank. Finish the lyric.
I wasn't even reading the spreadsheet. I just got on. Go again.
Question number 7. Another lyric to finish. I want to fuck you like an animal. I want to feel you from the blank. Fill the blank.
Outskirts of Farmyard Castle. Not sure what. Another lyrics question. You haven't finished the lyrics question, mate. Put it on is the famous refrain from the Spice Girls hit, To Become One.
It's somebody like I never needed love before.
Gonna make love to you, baby.
Found a little love.
People are recording this, they're going to blackmail us in the future. So, put it on is the famous refrain from the Spice Girls hit, To Become One. But what are you putting on?
Nothing like I never needed love before. Gonna make love to you, baby. Too drunk for this.
Stop. So, Put It On is a famous refrain from that terribly butchered song. What are you putting on?
Question number 9. What sex act was D'Angelo reportedly receiving during his music video for Untitled? How does it feel? That's question 9. What sex act was D'Angelo reportedly receiving during his music video for Untitled? That's a sexy song, that is.
Never heard it. I've been to the same strip clubs as you, as by the sound of this.
Now, I think we've been to different strip clubs. I know. I've only been to the same strip clubs as. It's not a drinking problem; it's social distancing.
Oh, well, there's a nice bit of that. And finally, to close out the music round, complete the name of this Atlanta-based band: Dick Delicious and the Blank. The best bit is I've got the answer next to it, and it's even better than Dick Delicious. So complete the name of the Atlanta band: Dick Delicious and the Blank.
Now, Bruce Ringsting is going to have some views on this one.
Always tempted to Skype him.
Question. Right, we're going to run through those one more time. Question number 1. What is the name of the album that the Bloodhound Gang classic The Bad Touch is taken from? Question 2 was which rapper's penis melts in the mouth, not in the hands. Question 3, complete the lyric. I knew a girl named Nikki. I guess you could say she was a sex fiend. I met her in a hotel lobby, masturbating with a blank. Question. I can't wait to see what we get for that one. Question number 4.
Oh, no.
Send chills up and down your spine, juice flowing down your thigh are lyrics from which equine-based song? Question 5. Which band had hits with You Live on a Houseboat and making up song title sucks? Question 6. The best love comes slow and long, knows how to stay down on you all night till the crack of dawn are the clean version of lyrics from which song? And question 7. Another lyric to finish. I want to fuck you like an animal. I want to feel you from the blank. Question number 8. Put it on is the famous refrain from the Spice Girls to become one. But what?
To become one.
But what are you putting on? Question number 9. What sex act was D'Angelo reportedly receiving during the music video for Untitled? And finally, question number 10. Complete the name of the Atlanta band: Dick Delicious and the blank. So, as always, we'll give you a couple of minutes to get those in. Quicker you get them in, quicker we can mark them, quicker we can come back with round number 6.
Absolutely. Give us 5 minutes to mark those. In the meantime, grab yourself a drink. Go and rate some of the questions that you can see on the Your Answers page, because we love to know what turns you on. And also buy some merch. Buy merch.
Thank you to all the people that have as well. My phone buzzes every now and then. It's not because I've told it to. See you in a bit. Oh, I'll tell you what, Dave.
Tell me.
I tell you, the juices running down your thigh. It's not from my lovely, lovely horse.
Nor was it from "We'll Meet Again" by Dame Vera Lynn.
No, that was worse. That was the lyrics to "My Neck, My Back." I think.
I quite like Professor.
Can you imagine Dame Vera Lynn? She's only been dead 3 days. Just there, like her funeral. Just my neck, my back, lick my pussy and my crack.
Are we finding the limits of offensive for our quiz? Because I think we might be right up against it.
Well, unfortunately, we're not going to meet again because it's our last quiz.
We're going around the pub, aren't we? Complete the name of the Atlanta band Dick Delicious and the Blank.
Oh,
Delicious ass cake, soggy scrotums. And my personal favourite from Quiz Witty was Tedious Middle-Aged Men. Dick Delicious and the Tedious Middle-Aged Men. Or Wagon Wheels was another good one.
Wagon Wheels? Oh, I like that.
I'd love a wagon wheel.
What funny answer do we have for, of course, the classic Prince song "Darling Nikki"?
Oh no.
She was, of course, masturbating with a magazine. But I think someone put something like she was masturbating with Bruce Springsteen and the Cock Rings, which is
Bruce would be doing well there.
He would.
His wife would be a fan. She follows us on Twitter. Let's have a quick look at the leaderboard before we carry on. Deportivo, you're now top of the leaderboard. You got 10 out of 10 in that last round. It's almost like you've spent time with Alex. 43 out of 49. That is an incredible score. 9 out of 10. Quiz Akabusi have just dropped 1 point behind, and with another 9 out of 10 there. It's not a drinking problem, it's social distancing. Craig, Maria, Pete, Lavanya. They're 39, so 4 points off the lead. I can't remember. If one of those scores, it takes it to an all-time draw, and we probably have to do another quiz to sort that out. Was that Deportivo?
Deportivo, yeah. Deportivo get it.
So we're going to have to do another one. We might have to commit to that at the end of the quiz. Well, we'll see how they go, but, Deportivo, if you want us to carry on, you got to keep that lead.
Yeah, but you got to keep it, well, because, we're not saying when we're going to do it, but you never know. You never know. We'll have to see what happens. Quiz Akabusi pull it out the bag, though.
Could be.
Well, very simply, it's time for round 6. We've got one more round after this as well. It's the history of shagging, Dave. It
is. This is another one of my rounds. I had I learned more during the last sort of 3 hours Googling this than I did in sort of 4 years of actually doing history at school.
Well, everyone has been saying the curriculum's too narrow. I think this is just proof. So, question number 1. In the 17th century, what were condoms made from? Leather, linen, or lamb intestine? That's question 1. In the 17th century, what were condoms made from? Leather, linen, or lamb intestine? That just sounds like one good night out for me.
For a brief while, you were a vegetarian.
Yeah.
Question 2. Which of these is not a 1940s sort of post-war sort of time term for the big O, the orgasm? Bringing on the China. Getting one's nuts off. Or the big hooray.
The thing is, I can only hear bringing on the China as Danny
Donald
Dyer
Trump's
saying...
voice. Oh no!
I can only hear Danny Dyer say, bring on the wall! Like that, and,
bring on the China. No, I can only hear Donald Trump say, bring on the China.
Well, that's not what anyone needs when they're coming, but that's all you're going to think of. So remember, next time you're about to bust a nut, China. Question number 3. The banquet of chestnuts was thrown by Cardinal César Borgia in 1501. But what kind of party was it? It's question 3. The banquet of chestnuts was thrown by Cardinal César Borgia in 1501. But what kind of party was it?
And chestnuts there was used in the literal sense of the actual nut. not as a verb. Oh, those 15th century cardinals. Question number 4 on what was the most Googled sex question of 2018, and I feel this one could be a really good one for wrong answers as well. What was the most Googled sex question of 2018?
Oh, right. Question number 5. Which dessert was traditionally served in Italian brothels? That's question 5. Which dessert was traditionally served in Italian brothels?
Yeah, we're getting a lot of comments and tweets about gorilla penises. 1.25 and 1.5 inches, in terms of penis length, are about the same, unless you actually have a 1.5 inch penis, in which case that quarter of an inch matters to you. For the purposes of this quiz, a quarter of an inch in a penis size does not matter. So we're not giving out the extra points to those that put false, or we've got to change everything. Question number 6 of our history round. The 17th century baked delicacy, cockle bread, was kneaded with which part of the body? Right, you're a baker.
I am.
You ever made cockle bread?
I'm going to tomorrow if you're coming round for a barbecue.
Not when you see the answer to this, no. So the 17th century baked delicacy, cockle bread, was kneaded with which part of the body? And there's also a poem to go with it, so make sure you check in on your answers afterwards, because we have given the Wikipedia poem as well.
Do you know what? That'd be great though if I did it, because it would have like little indentations where the hair are. You know that when you do like intricate cake like pipe work. The thing is, I'm not giving the answer away there because pretty much every inch of my body.
Every part of your body's hairy.
Unless it's not my head. Question number 7. Catherine the Great, Empress of Russia, was in the 16th century employed girls and eunuchs to tickle which part of her body? As question 7, Catherine the Great, Empress of Russia, employed girls and eunuchs to tickle which part of her body? And I bet if Dave had the chance, he'd do the same.
Let me Google Catherine the Great. Oh shit, I've just changed the answer. Fuck.
God, can't take him anywhere. Right, question number 8. Medieval women would put leeches in their special happy lady places. Why? That's question number 8. Medieval women would put leeches in their special happy lady places. Why?
That's leeches. Thank you. I feel like that's another question that's going to get some fantastic wrong answers. Question number 9. In 54 BC, Cleopatra apparently filled a papyrus box with what and used it as a vibrator? I told you, history is fucked up. In 54 BC, Cleopatra filled a papyrus box with what and used it as a vibrator?
Finally, for this round, question number 10. In what year did the last of the US states legalise the sale of sex toys? That's question 10. In what year did the last of the US states legalise the sale of sex toys? And we're going to go through that round one more time before we move on to our final round for the night. So question number 1. In the 17th century, what were condoms made of? Leather, linen or lamb intestine? Question 2. Which of these is not a 1940s term for the big O? bringing on the china, getting one's nuts off. The big hooray. Question number 3, the banquet of chestnuts was what type of party? Question number 4, what was the most Googled sex question of 2018? And question 5, which dessert was traditionally served in Italian brothels? Question 6, the 17th century baked delicacy cockle bread was needed which part of the body? Question number 7, Catherine the Great employed girls and eunuchs to tickle her what? Question number 8, medieval women would put leeches in their special lady box. Why? Question number 9, Cleopatra apparently filled a papyrus box with what to use as a vibrator? And finally, question 10, in what year did the last of the US states legalise the sale of sex toys? For the last penultimate time tonight, we're going to go away and mark some answers. As always, quicker you get them in, the quicker we come back with our final round, round 7, where the leaderboard could change all over again. And the final winner will be declared. Get them in, and we'll see you soon. Come a little bit closer, baby. Get it on to get it on. It's tonight, it's the night when two become one. I need some love like I never need love before. To you, babe, had a little love, now I'm back for more. Set your spirit free, it's the only way to be. Buy your merch from me, merch button at Pub Quiz Streams. Oh my! There were some answers for that round, weren't there, Dave?
Ah, brilliant. There were some answers and there were some propositions.
Yes. So, unfortunately for Quiz Tarrant, the most googled sex question of 2018 was not "Can you have a threesome with the socially distant pub quiz guys?" 2020 though, there's still time.
Well, I haven't met the people in the Quiz Tarrant quiz team, so let's not rule this out. But I have met Lighty, so let's rule this out. There's some other fantastic Googled sex questions of 2018. Can you get pregnant from toilet seats? Was not it. How does one do bits?
That one made me giggle.
Also, Lighty's Tinder bio. And the other one is, how do I explain to my boyfriend where the clitoris is came from? I'm just assuming Alex's girlfriend.
It's fine, she knows. What other ones? I think there was some beautiful answers to, of course, all of the questions. But what was your favourite one, Dave?
Sorry, I'm just Googling who sent in the boyfriend who doesn't know what this was. That's Quarantine on the Wave, so Kerry and Chris need to have an important talk. Wikipedia has fantastic diagrams.
I think they just got married as well, so come on, Chris, not long left. Divorce is expensive. Clitoris is up.
Did you right?
Oh.
The other one I'd like to bring a point is that my father is now asking about Italian brothels. Big fan of tiramisu. Big fan of tiramisu.
I wonder if it's one of those things as well where it's like, you know, when you go to like somewhere authentic, you always get the best version of it. Like, if I ever go to Italy, am I going to have to convince...
Yeah, it's where you get the best Italian sex.
It's where you get the best tiramisu, surely.
Well, I'd assume that.
It's extra creamy, Dave.
But no one goes to an Italian brothel for a tiramisu. It's like going to McDonald's just for a salad.
Or a strip club for attention.
Yeah, so if you haven't noticed it yet, you're at the end of your tabs on the main page now. We are at the 7th and final pub quiz round of the night, and also of at least season 1 of pub quiz streams. And this is what we're calling the big finish. So we've been building up to it for a while, and it's going to be a big finish.
Big finish.
We love a big finish.
Feels very weird, doesn't it, going into the last round?
I once kissed a small finish. She's playing tonight. Hi.
Oh, I once had a problem where I couldn't finish, but that was...
I don't know about that. Let's move on to question 1 of the final round of the night. How would you usually consume the services of Babe Station? I mean, normally I wouldn't consume the services of Babe Station, but if you were to, how would you? So, how would you usually consume the services of Babe Station? I presume that's watching.
Yeah, on all fours in a GIMP mask is not the correct answer.
Not on all 4, is it? Next you tell me it's on the fucking iPlayer. Or Netflix or something.
Netflix. Question number 2. Which country, and this is probably an outdated fact, but here we go. You got to guess based on outdated facts, because welcome to us. Which country boasts the claim of having the largest average penis size in the world? That's question 2. Which country boasts the claim of having the largest average penis size in the world? Do you think they've got it on, like, you know, when like you drive into like a city and it's like, oh, welcome to Birmingham.
Welcome to Birmingham.
The home of steam.
Welcome to Birmingham, the biggest fan of Pornhub since lockdown started.
You go to that country. Welcome to this country, home of the largest average penises in the world.
Oh God, I think you got it. So that they've got the most inaccurate rulers in the world. Question number 3: in which European city would you find the legendary Berghain Club? Or Berghain Club? Berghain Club, known for its hedonistic nature and sex rooms.
It is.
I've not been. In which European city
I have.
In which have you? Did you pop into the Berghain Club?
I did. I did.
Did you visit the sex rooms?
No comment. What happens?
What happens? It, mate.
What happens there stays there.
Okay, in which European city would you find Lighty crying outside the legendary Berghain Club, known for its hedonistic nature and sex rooms?
I mean, it's also like the home of techno, but there we go. Question number 4. Which US actor claimed his sex drive was so high it turned him into a beast? It was open in having sex with both men and women. He reportedly shagged Richard Pryor, the comedian, as well. So there you go. So question number 4. Which US actor claimed his sex drive was so high it turned him into a beast? And was open in having sex with both men and women?
I've just read the next question, mate, and I should really make a habit of just looking for my name in these questions. You put yourself in this one. So, question number 6. What term?
No, five, Dave.
Oh, fuck's sake! I'm so shit at this. That's right. It means I'm going to read number 6 now.
Oh no.
Question number 5. Which American state is widely believed by the internet and also actual people
Very true.
to have the highest rate of incest? Which American state is widely believed to have the highest rate of incest? Have you got stats there? Because we're asking for a shitload of tweets in, mate.
Well, actually, no. No, I don't. I tried looking it up. It turns out governments aren't too keen on holding information on how many incestuous couples they have. So, just going on the internet, really. Statistically, this is the best guess though. There is like a formula rate that you could use for incest via population based on number of factors. Statistically, this place would come up top as well. So there you go. Question number 6. What is the term usually used to refer to a large, burly gay man who has a lot of body hair? Example, I don't know, I can't see any examples that would fit the bill. So you're just going to have to picture a very, maybe quite an outgoing, big, burly man, maybe with a beard, a stupid amount of chest hair, for example, and I don't know. But what name would you give that kind of person?
Dave?
Alex?
I think should we narrow it down? It's an animal term. We'll leave it at that.
Yeah. Have fun reading this one, Dave.
I'm just going to go into it blind. Question number 7, yeah? Number 7. According to Urban Dictionary, what is this describing? What your girl is doing when she's horny and she shakes her rump into your groin to see if there's any possibility of an erection. She's just asking the question.
Yeah.
According to Urban Dictionary, what is this describing? What your girl is doing when she's horny and she shakes her rump into your groin to see if there's any possibility of an erection.
In your case, Dave, I think that's called disappointment.
I think in my case, that's called second bottle of wine.
Yeah, let's be honest. Neither of ours are working after tonight. Question number 8. What does Urban Dictionary describe as to leave a smelly or sloppy piece of shit in someone else's toilet and do not flush on purpose? That's question 8. What does Urban Dictionary describe as to leave a smelly or sloppy piece of shit in someone else's toilet and do not flush on purpose?
Can't say I have. And number 9. Which Oh, yeah. Which country allegedly had a group of 2,000 women and girls kept for the pleasure of their highest-ranking public servants until as recently as 2011, called the Kipumjo? So, which country allegedly had a group of 2,000 women and girls kept for the pleasure of their highest-ranking public servants until as recently as 2011, and they called them the Kipunjo. K would be UMJO. And then question number 10 will make all of this seem strange. And we didn't announce this up front because we wanted to see if anybody had guessed it. And let me check. No one has tweeted us yet. This is a connections round, and we want to know what connects your previous 9 answers.
I'm so proud of this one. So that's question 10. What connects your previous 9 answers? I'm going to go through them one more time. Number 1 was how would you normally consume services of Babe Station? Number 2, which country boasts the claim of having the largest average penis size in the world? Question 3, which European city would you find the legendary Berghain Club? Question 4, which US actor claimed his sex drive was so high it turned him into a beast? Question 5, which American state is widely believed to have the highest rate of incest? And question 6, what's the term usually used to refer to a large, burly gay man who has a lot of body hair? That's a Urban Dictionary definition there. Question 7, according to Urban Dictionary, what's your girl doing when she's horny and she shakes her rump in your groin to see if there's any possibility of an erection? Question 8, what does Urban Dictionary describe as to leave a smelly or sloppy piece of shit in someone else's toilet and not to flush on purpose? Question 9 was which country allegedly had a group of 2,000 women and girls kept for their pleasure until as recently as 2011, called the Kipumjo? Question 10 was what's the connection, if there is one? Mind games. We are going to now go for the final time to mark your questions and watch them come in. And we will be back shortly, but soon enough, to tell you who's won the last ever pub quiz streams. Last chance to get your answers in now. Last chance. $30 until we close off this round. 30 seconds until we close it off. Last chance to submit your questions. Well, the end is here.
That's it.
And weirdly, it's like in reverse, isn't it? 'Cause it's like, oh no. But actually, I got rid of my curtain at the start of this whole thing. So I don't face my final curtain because that was week 3 of Pub Quiz streams for all those that remember the good old days.
Yeah. So from starting out as a piss take tweet, it went quite well, didn't it?
Yep. It very well did. And, I think, we, as much as we're a bit pissed, we would really like to use this opportunity to thank all of you that have played, whether it's your first week or your 15th. You love our quizzes or you hate them. We don't care. The fact that you guys keep turning up means that we get to keep doing this. And I think we've both really enjoyed having to do it. And, we hope we've given you guys something to do during lockdown and the difficult time that it's been, and I can certainly say that you guys have given us something to do to keep us sane going through it as well. So it's
absolutely. There are YouTube ones and Facebook ones out there with thousands and thousands of players, but they lack a certain something. Like the joy of being in a pub quiz is being able to take the piss out of the quizmaster and him actually hear you when he's fucked up, or him marking your answers wrong and you complaining.
Yes.
Tonight we've had 33
joy.
teams playing. 33. We reckon that there's about 3.5 players per team. That puts us somewhere around 120 players, almost. That would fill a pub. The peak of this, we had 104 teams on our charity special. What's that? That's almost 400 players. That would fill a pub and some. And we raised £1,000 for charity and shaved our heads. Astonishing. We started, like I say, as a bit of a piss take on Twitter, and then we turned our skills to it. His Photoshop and tweeting out shit. So I can describe it as a skill. Marketing.
Yeah, creative
with
design.
Typos, and dyslexia all over it. We didn't expect this to take off. We appreciate that people have got things to do now. There's football and there's an outside that you can actually use and
you can go see people.
Normal. In the future, we might do this in a real quiz. We might actually put together a hybrid quiz where we can. Some people can play in the pub and some people can play online, and maybe with some prizes for a change.
And I've got even more grander ideas which involve Dave building more than just a website.
Yeah, absolutely.
Terrified about.
So yeah, this whole thing, it's been a passion project that we've not made any money on it. The merch we do make a bit of money back on, but compared to the amount of time I've spent writing PHP, like you spent making Photoshop, this isn't a money making to us. We're not like
we've made £2.50 each so far. If that's not it is, but honestly, thank you to everyone that has donated to keep this quiz going, because that has, as it's ballooned, we wouldn't have been able to keep going with it if it hasn't been for those donations. So, the fact that you've all been in this with us as much as we've been in it as well has been brilliant. So there you go. That's our soppy emotional bit, and it might not be the last you ever see of us.
No, if we get bored or you get bored and you tweet us in enough numbers, we might put something back on one week as a one-off or a special. What we have done as a sort of a farewell gift to you is we've put together our favourite. We've gone through. We do keep an archive of all the quizzes after they're finished, and the data we do have, we've compiled and we've given out a list of our Pub Quiz Streams Season 1 award ceremony. So we've both chosen our favourite team name. The most on brand went to the teams that have stuck by their team name the most. Somebody logged in on a Samsung smart fridge. We don't know who, but they deserve some kind of award.
They do.
Those that have sent in essays as answers and have given up an entire round just to make a point. If you can't see it on the front page of the website, refresh it. It will appear. There's a little note to say thank you from us.
And it will be there for a while as well. So do have a look at that. And without further ado, It's time to go through our final leaderboard, Dave.
It is, yeah. So, did we have? Was it? Did I say if Deportivo win, it becomes a tie between them and it's not a drinking problem?
Mm-hmm.
Should we start at the bottom of the leaderboard and build suspense?
Let's do it.
Anyone can see the leaderboard themselves.
No, they can't. No, they can't. It's fine. So at the bottom of the leaderboard with 18... Well, I'm going to go for the bottom of the leaderboard, but everyone that's played every round. I think that's fair. So Summit different. Lynn, Mark, Fiona and Jack. 20.
I'm really pleased that's my parents have come last place in one of the filthiest quizzes I've ever played or taken part in.
Well, that's good to know that your mum doesn't come. I suppose. Home and a gay, Josh's mum. Oh, Hannah. I thought Hannah would bring them up there, but they're on 23 points, as are Lockdown Hard, Alison, Rachel, and Hannah. God, they should have done better than that. Buster Hyman and the Penetrators on 24, alongside Simple Times. Horny and Hungry on 26. Well done, Sophie and Matt. Quentin Quarantino, the Covidiots, Gin will Fix It, all on 28 points. 29 points for Professor Quiz Witty, Sado Massaquism. 30 points for the Britney Spears Communist Death Squads. I enjoy that. And the Erotic Novelists. And of course, the Bruce Ringsting and the Syncopated Shitslingers. Special man Bruce, we'll never forget you. 32 points for Two Dead Birds, One Sexy Brain. 33 points for Gammon Bag Stacey, another original team that have been there from the very beginning. Lawrence of the Labia on 33 points, as well as Quarantine. Panic at the Tesco on 35 out of 69, and the Second Coming of the Detty Pigs, 37 out of 69. Just above them, the Happiness Patrol, 38 out of 69, alongside Let's Get Quizzical and Florence and the Ventilator Machine. But then, getting near the top now, Dave.
Yeah, so we've got on 43 points, so they finished, that's hard to maths, I've got 18 points off the lead. Yeah, I didn't maths me.
Quick maths.
Yeah, 18 points. The Unbezonkers, Hanno, Laura, Dan, Mike. You're 8th. Quiz Tarrant, Liz, Chris, you're on 46 points. 1 point ahead. COVID-19, Kieran, Kev, Paul, and Thunderpants.
Seen them a lot as well. It's nice to see our regular teams near the top, isn't it?
Tied in 4th place are the Quizzy Rascals, that's David, Cy, Heidi, and Scalzi, and Quarantina and the Waves, Kerry and Chris, who are married, and Chris does not know where the clitoris is. We learned this earlier.
In 3rd place.
I feel like I'm going to give it away now. In 3rd place, not winning this weekend, not beating it by a clear margin, it's not a drinking problem, it's social distancing. 53 out of 69 points. Craig, Maria, Pete, and Lavania. 2nd place, Quiz Zakabusi, Emily, Ed, Dan, and Colette. 57 out of 69, and winning it and tying their long-running dispute / rivalry / beef with drinking problem / beef. Deportivo, you win it this week. Jamie and Tom, depending on the football, to be honest. 61 out of 69. The top 4 teams, 5 teams, 6 teams, most of the top teams actually, regulars. It's been great to have you with us. We've got your email addresses, and if we start this again, we'll let you know. We did consider doing a one-off tie-break round just to beat It's Not a Drinking Problem and Deportivo. We might run that on Twitter on the side if they're that desperate to break the deadlock.
Oh, don't worry. I've got some ideas. Some ideas. So, for the final time, it's time for us to go. And it's been a blast. I mean, the fact that we have actually run up the amount of time on it. I think I did the stats earlier, and it came to something like 14,500 minutes of quizzing, or something really, really stupid like that we've managed to rack up and do over this quarantine period.
That's 10 days, an hour and 40 minutes.
Do you know, that's probably a little bit too much, but I don't know, do I? I don't know numbers. It's 11 o'clock at night. Well, thank you to everyone that has played. Like we said, we appreciate absolutely every single one of you for playing, donating, supporting, and sharing. And we will be back in some form of something will happen. at some point soon. But until then, bye.
Cheers. Ta-ra.